Good luck.
Thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to World Wednesdays. We got the right camera set up, right? Okay, looks like it. Sorry, I had to make sure that everything is set up properly. Um, I'm gonna go back to our roots with this Woke Wednesday, and we will be going on to.
Your mic is going from the right one, right?
That's what I was asking. Is it
It has to be coming from the one that's
this one, right? This is the one I'm muted.
at the top.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen, just
turning
gotta make sure.
a little bit here so that I can hear a little bit better, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can hear it echoing on this phone, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going back to the roots of Book Wednesday, we are going to go on to a Saber sandwich we haven't done for quite a while. I don't even remember the last Saber sandwich we actually did, but he's got a good one. I've got Clown World, always a great one to use. I see you.
I'm not on the thing, right?
I don't think so. You're muted and stuff, but you've got that, and then also it's a new one that I've got another what do you call it? What do you call it?
It's a street preacher or something.
Yeah, another street preacher, yes. And she's a female, but she's really good. And this one especially, I started seeing some of it, and I was like, I have to show this one. Because I mean, people, you can't make this stuff up how dumb they are. So we're gonna get into this and start having some fun with it. Present.
You muted.
Not yet. I gotta get all this set up first.
See that? Scared Marty then. I am. So just some context, these group of guys thought it would be a great idea to stalk and confront the former world's strongest man, Eddie Hall, who, if you don't know, is an absolute unit. Damn! There was about 3 cars full of people involved, and it just took Eddie Hall to scare these people off. It really didn't go their way. After he had a meal, he just scared my daughter, Eddie Hall. See that? Scared Marty then. I am. Three cars and one of him. No. Get out! Get out there! You rip your neck! Twist your head off! All of you get out! You rip your hair off! They're driving away. Oh shit! No. What the? What? Yo, he is mad. What?
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, first off, what are you doing with kids in the car antagonizing somebody? Especially a UFC fighter.
I mean, and if somebody's doing it, you just go.
Yes.
I mean, it's like you don't sit there and say, "Oh, you're scary," you just leave.
I mean, that wouldn't intimidate the hell out of me, freaking UFC fighter running out my vehicle like that.
I know.
I mean, that guy's fast. Obviously, very strong too.
And how did it even start?
I couldn't really make it
So
out.
they started recording for like some reason, so.
So they probably went and antagonized
Yeah.
him, is what I'm assuming. That's crazy. Because that's what Sim Saber was saying. Is he was saying that they were trying to intimidate him, and
You're on the Switch.
You're on the Switch. Dad's on the Switch. My favorite game.
All right, let's get back to this and see what else there is. That's just dumb to have a kid in the car like that while you do this.
What the man? He's just tried to grab me out the car. Yo, what the? He's just tried to grab me out the car. He's just tried to grab me out the car. He come, I was just sat there on my phone, scared money. So this video was posted by these individuals, and as you can tell, I think they shit themselves. We'll get to Eddie's side of the story in just a moment, but the fact this situation, 3 cars pull up outside your home, you're telling them to leave and they're not leaving, is wild. And he titled the video, "Don't Visit My House, Stalkers Confronted." I mean, there's 3 of you in cars, and there's like a 150-kilo guy, a former world's strongest man, running at you like this.
All right, now seeing that little bit of evidence and stuff about it, they went to his house, and out in front of his house. That's the stupidest thing that you can do.
You're kidding, right?
I mean, especially jeopardizing your kids like that.
Why would you do that? Like, I don't understand people.
I don't either. That
And
the guy has every right. The guy has every right to say stuff and to just defend his home.
Yeah, I mean, to keep stopping with the child in the car, and
Sounds like they're in a different country too.
Yeah.
Britain or something.
It sounds like it.
This guy didn't hesitate to drive off, but let's see what Eddie had to say about this.
Hey guys, hope everybody is well. Now, I am here today because I am having to defend myself through the shit-slinging match that's happening online at the minute. A video has been posted, as you've just seen, online that was basically the last 30 seconds of a total of 18-minute interaction.
Oh, damn.
So as you can imagine, somebody came to my home, three cars with black.
And there's a reason why, they showed the last 30 seconds, because they're trying to make it look like he was the aggressor when we haven't really got the context.
Out windows, came to my home, outside my house, beeping horns, revving engines, very loud exhausts, and basically sat there for a total of 10 minutes before.
3 cars parked outside his house, blacked out windows, playing music, revving engines. Yeah, he had every right to tell them to move on.
Alex went out to tell them to go away, very politely, I might add. They then moved from one side of my driveway to the other side of my driveway and stayed there for a further 7 minutes. Okay, this is after they've been asked to leave. And that's when I came out and look, they've been asked to leave politely, asked them again with a bit more frown to it, and they still stayed there for another 7 minutes. So I was in the garden, enjoying a nice fire with my son, smoking a cigar, pretty chill. I've just come back from a fight in Poland. I'm away 80% of the time. I don't live here. I'm rarely here. I literally come here to see my kids. And I was in the garden, having a stogie with my son, just talking really nice things, And then Alex sort of comes to me, tells me what happened. I look on the CCTV and they're still there. So I go down, I've got no intention just to get these people to leave my property.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to hurt.
All right, see, this is the problem with these people that are trying to get content. They're trying to be like paparazzi, and they push the buttons way too far.
I mean,
My laptop blacked out. Stage.
Let me know if you need me.
Okay, I think I'm good. Yeah, you can hear me and everything, so.
You make sure that the one that's up top is muted. This one needs to be muted permanently. And then the one that you use is the Chromebook one. And that's the one that you mute intermittently to talk and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's how it is, because one's muted already.
And you obviously have to mute it on the computer when you're talking.
Yeah.
So you don't have that feedback.
Alright, let me get this running.
And look at that camera.
Yeah.
It's working.
It's working.
Something's going on too because this keeps flashing black and there's no reason for that. Because that's our TV.
I know. That's different.
Like I said, when you're talking here, you have to mute the computer. When you're watching a video,
Yes.
you unmute it.
I got you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're heading on.
Barely here. I literally come here to see my kids. And I was in the garden having a stogie with my son, just talking really nice things, you know? And then Alex sort of comes to me, tells me what happened. I look on the CCTV and they're still there. So I go down. I've got no intention just to get these people to leave my property. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to aggravate them. I don't want to upset them.
It is weird why they were there. And obviously, I think they were just trying to antagonize him and get content out of him. You don't just pull up to, well, I guess you could say he's a celebrity's house, doing what they were doing and not expect some sort of confrontation by that person. They were just content farming for sure.
I just want them to leave. I want to add that there are kids involved. And up until that last 30 seconds, I did not know kids were involved in the scenario. My wife.
Yeah, what he's referring to when he was chasing the guy filming, you can hear the kid crying in the back. The fact that he's were doing that with kids in the car is just outrageous.
I didn't know there were kids in the car. All the windows are blacked out. No kid said anything. How would we know there were young children in the car? We just didn't know. So
Yes, that fully shows you that they knew what they were doing. And sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That they knew what they were doing and they knew the whole situation. They wanted those kids to be scared. That was part of their ploy.
I want to go over the video itself, right? It just shows me blowing up a blue BMW driver who is literally parked literally 5 meters from the entrance to my property. And I'm just telling him to leave. You know, I'm just like, I don't want to hear anything they've got to say. You've been asked to leave politely. You've been asked to leave with a grunt. Now just fuck off. Just get the away from me. Get away from my property. Get away from my family. Just fuck off. I don't want to hear what you've got to say. It's 9 p.m. on a bank holiday Monday, but a lovely weekend, and then these people come decide and ruin it for everybody. Okay? So
any normal person or people for that matter, you know, if they were getting told to leave or just move on politely, they would. They would. But these guys were just looking for trouble, honestly.
So I'm telling this guy to fuck off, and this last bit of interaction looks bad at first face value. It looks really bad, okay? But when you get the context to it, you'll understand why. So I'm telling this guy to fuck off. Just get away from my house. Get away from my family. You're scaring my kids. They're in bed. You know, they're looking out the windows. Why is the cars there, sat there with blacked out windows, revving their engines? Just go away. I've got no interest in what you've got to say. He then says something like, look, I just want to get a picture of my kids. I'm like, I don't care, mate. I don't care. Just fuck off. Just fuck off. And he says, you're upsetting my kids. And you can hear in the video, I was like, what about my kids? You know, you want me to respect your children's emotions, respect my children's emotions.
If these people are showing up to get a photo with him, that is the wrong way to do it. That is the wrong way to do it. Just no regard for him or his family. Yeah. But some people do this. Some people just treat, people with a following or successful people as just objects. They can just turn up and demand them of things. And Eddie's touched on this before, so I don't think this is the first time.
Just fuck off. And then he starts creeping away. And as he's creeping away, he looks at me and he says, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. And of course, after an 18-minute interaction, I'll prove it with the CTV in a second, you see red. I'm protecting my kids. I'm protecting my family. You don't say that to someone when they just want you to leave their property, man. So I blow up.
And then drive away.
Get out the car, I'm going to twist your head off, all that kind of thing. And then on that last bit of the video, I could see the guys filming me through his window. So I ran towards the car just to grab his phone, just to throw it in a bush or something, just to be like, fuck off, man. And I didn't get a hold of him. I didn't get, but clipped the side of the door with my hand. Just didn't manage to get a hold of the guy at all, unfortunately. And then he continues to film as he's further down the road, film me, my Crocs came off. I didn't have them in sport mode.
Oh, mate, you didn't have them in sport mode, mate. Rookie error.
In the back of the Croc, you can put the thing down and go to sport mode. I didn't have that set, so my Crocs fell off my feet. Luckily, I didn't fall on my face or anything. But yeah, and he continues to film. I will add, he's filming whilst driving, and I know for a fact he didn't have a seatbelt on. And he claims that. I'll go on the next comment here. He claimed that this is from Callum. I'm not going to say second name. I'm going to blur his second name out because I don't want this guy to get harassed. I don't want this guy to get people, vigilantes, to go into his property, beeping the horn, offering him out for a fight. He's got kids. I don't want anything to happen to this gentleman other than this response video, just to clear my name, just to squash his accusations. So this is what he wrote when he posted that video that we've just seen on his Facebook. This accumulated within an hour, 2 hours, 1.5 million views. It was going viral. And you can imagine me sat there at 10 o'clock at night watching this video get posted. Everyone's blasting me. Everyone's calling me every name under the sun, saying...
That's the thing with social media, though. Like, people will cut out the whole context, post the last 30 seconds. When I used to work in security, this used to happen all the time. People would record me and a few of the guys I worked with. They would take one segment and upload it. And then, people are saying, oh, you're this, and this. This happens all the time. All the time. So, yeah, I don't blame him for wanting to make a video and clear his name.
And disgusting. How dare you react like that in front of children? But let me give it all context in a little bit. So, Callum writes, Big Eddie, I'm going to read it in my English because his English just is terrible. Big Eddie all coming, smashing our cars and punching me in the jaw and scaring our kids for no reason at all. Damaging the cars. We were nowhere near his house. Or the house. And then I think a bit of his backstory, trying to defend himself. We went to
do this because it's I'll say it for everybody. Okay, the guy who posted after this video said, Big Eddie Hall coming smashing our car and punching me in the jaw, scaring our kids for no reason. Okay, for no reason and damaging the car. We were nowhere near the house.
Why? I hope the guy has his own security cameras. That's another thing,
Yeah.
I was saying it's super important to be able to control your emotions at all times and pretend like you're being recorded at all times.
Yeah.
Phone comes handy. The second thing is have your own cameras.
Yes.
For evidence.
That's very big. The second part went to a local pub to Eddie Hall. This guy can't talk. Eddie Hall for my cousin's 10th birthday in hopes to catch him in there. Then we took him to show him where Eddie lives.
Well,
what a way to ruin a 10-year-old's birthday.
If they would have asked, I'm sure that he would have done something.
And look at this. Not to mention the stress caused to my missus, who is 37 weeks pregnant.
Oh, please. I didn't even hear a woman in the car.
That's ridiculous. Well, there's 3 cars. That's ridiculous. Posting this stuff, it will ruin a celebrity like that. status.
That's why you have to have your own
Yes.
reputation, your own
Cameras
cameras and
and
stuff
stuff.
to catch your side of the story.
The body cameras are
Body
very.
cams are good, yeah. Security cameras on the house would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Cause yeah, I would scare me too if there was 3 cars sitting outside of my yard doing that. You know.
Yeah, it would for sure. Okay.
A local pub. We went to a local pub to Eddie Hall for my cousin's 10th birthday in hopes to catch him there. Then we took him to show him where he lives. What a day to ruin a 10-year-old's birthday. And then he's put, not to mention the stress caused to my missus, who is 37 weeks pregnant. Okay.
Yeah, but why were they out there playing music at 9 o'clock at night? 3 of them parked outside his house. That's just not normal behavior, and it's not respectable behavior, is it?
Let me prove what actually happened, and then we'll come back to this. Okay, but he's saying I punched him in the jaw and smashing the cars up. Did you see any of that in the video? And you can clearly see as he's driving off. If I'd have hit that guy in the jaw, I think he would have said "ow." I think he would have been like, "Oh, you bugger," or some kind of reaction. But I didn't touch the guy. I did not touch the guy whatsoever. So we can clearly say, he's smashing the cars up and I've jawed him. He's a liar. First off, he is a liar. He's trying to suit the narrative to suit his objective, which is to make me look like a twat. And he was doing a good job at first. Let's just move on to some of the comments. I didn't manage to get many comment screenshots because the video's been taken down. I think.
Well, up to this point, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I just think, if these guys were fans of him, and going to a guy's house, if he's got kids and a family there, watching, you're like a guard dog of your property and your family. So he was probably on high alert with any normal person looking out their window, and there's 3 cars out there with blacked out windows just sat outside your house playing music. I think most people would go out and say, "You all right, guys, can you just move along?" And if they didn't, you would get pretty annoyed. I know I would. And then videoing him and then doing all this, I don't know, man. I think they went there for this exact reason. And they got off lightly. If anything, it's a good thing they didn't get out of the car because, yeah, it wouldn't have ended well for him.
He removed it for all the backlash he was getting. But there's a lady here. I'm going to put it in proper English because it seems that people and his associates cannot spell. I'd call the police. Who does he think he is? That's disgusting with children in the car. For fuck's sake. What a prick he is. So it gives you some idea. That's just like 2 or 3 comments that I managed to sort of screenshot last night. But the comments were going off. Every single comment was, what a bell end, roid rage, fucking disgusting behaviour. I hope he gets jail time for this. He just horrible things. People saying horrible things about me, just jumping to conclusions, not having the narrative to the story at all. So he's basically said, and let's just find this.
And that's the thing, an 18-minute confrontation, and he only uploaded 20 seconds. That just says it all, doesn't it?
Comments, right? So okay, so let's go. So he's replying to someone here. So he's replying to someone, Jake Skies. Jake Skies has nothing to do with this. We had a meal at a local pub in hopes to bump into him as it's the little lad's 10th birthday. We then went to his street, maybe 2 doors up. 2 doors up. We'll get to that in a second. And this happened. Would understand if we were causing trouble, but sat there minding our own business. Okay, I think it's time we jump to the CCTV. Okay, so
Here we go.
This is at exactly 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
I'll show the timestamps in a second. 8:30 p.m. outside my house. So you see the car, a blue BMW X5, drive past my house. Okay, there's the timestamp, 20:30. Then followed by a black BMW. And then if you look on the left here now, a silver Ford Focus, I believe, pulls up outside my house. Now,
okay,
that's innocent at first, isn't it? But wait, okay? So the silver Ford Focus parks directly opposite the entrance to my property. The two cars that went past turn around and come back. This gentleman decides to get out of his car, check something in his back seat. I can't see any kids there. I'm sorry. But either way, he's got smoke windows. How would I know? Blue BMW X5 parks outside the entrance to my property. So if you wanted to get in or out of my property, you couldn't. It's blocked.
Right, right.
Okay.
And bearing in mind there was 3 cars, 3 cars doing this.
Followed very shortly by the black BMW pulls up behind the blue BMW. So as you can imagine, Alex noticed this.
And I think most people, Eddie Hall's from the UK like me, when you see, a blacked out BMW or a couple blacked out BMWs for that matter, parked outside your house, that's enough to concern anyone.
Straight away, she's putting the kids to bed. She's in the bedroom. She sees, here's the engines. Looks out the window. There's beeping going on. And she sees these 3 cars. Okay, watch this gentleman now. He walks around. He veers into the property.
Yeah, this looks like a flipping robbery's going on. Why didn't they just park away and walk to the property and just look at it from the other side of the road, like respectfully, not doing it like this?
I mean, that's quite intimidating, isn't it? 3 blacked out cars turn up, someone coming up weeks into your property like that. What the f would you think? He then goes and talks to the owner of the blue BMW. So this happens at 8:30 p.m. Okay, engines running, beeping, cars coming past, squeezing in between the cars. He's left his car door open, the silver cars. People are coming past, they're beeping the horns. They're waking my kids up. Right, so we're going to forward to.
And they're not even parked up though. They've just stopped in the road.
Okay, so we're going to forward to 20:39 p.m. Okay. Look at the car, the silver cars turn round. So this is 9 minutes later. The gates are opening. Alex goes outside to have a word. So Alex goes out with the dog, rightly so. 3 cars, blacked out windows, people raving in the gate. You don't know what the fuck they want. So Alex goes out with the attack dog, who, by the way, is very highly trained and one.
I have actually seen his video on this dog. Like, it's a fully trained guard dog. I really need to get one of those.
Point and a word. Good night. So she has a word with these people. And
Oh. So see, that is awesome. I mean, he has every precaution set in place there.
Yeah, it's like he needs cameras, and he's got cameras. I said he needs to get a dog. He's got a dog. So yeah, he's set. He's set good. And I was gonna say everybody, especially women alone, need to invest in a good dog. Like not like a pit bull or something that requires high maintenance. German Shepherds and German Shepherd crosses, in my opinion, are the best.
Yes.
So, because you don't even have to have them be trained, quote unquote, to be like an attack dog.
No,
they will protect you. For the most part, they're super mellow and everything. But if something's happening, if you're getting robbed or you're getting hurt, they're going to be all over that.
That's exactly right. Yes.
And I know that it's kind of what you would consider a liability, especially here in America. But I'm sorry, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I've lived here pretty much big amounts of time by myself while you're at work or where you're in town and everything, and it's like that's the thing, we have dogs for that reason.
And it's like the one time that I remember we had we went and stayed at a hotel in LA, that really cheesy hotel that because it was for my work, and my work picked certain hotels, and
I wish I had a dog then.
No kidding, because I mean that place was junk.
Yeah, but yeah, that's always my number one advice is like have cameras and have dogs.
Yes.
Because that will give you the amount of security that you can't buy it. I mean,
no.
It's something that's completely immeasurable.
I know. It's very true.
And it's like I am partners with my dogs, and I can't imagine life without them. They have a huge purpose here. It's a partnership. It's a symbiotic relationship, and I know that they're shepherds as well. But if like something was going down, I know they would break loose to
get to us. Yes, they would get out. They would, yeah.
And they're even more prone to being extremely partial to us because they're
Exactly.
40 to 50% wolf. So it's like they have that really, really, really strong family bond, and
That's exactly right.
super intuitive and everything. So it's like, yeah, get some dogs. So I'm
Yes,
happy,
you need to.
I'm happy to see that he has one, you know.
And the wife went out with it.
Yep.
I mean, that's awesome.
That's just it too. It's like, see, that's why women are. We might be like physically weaker, but we were given the ability to communicate with animals for that reason.
Yes.
Because they are the balancer.
They are. They truly are. Yes.
They're made for us to be partners. They say it's man's best friend, but I have to disagree.
It's a woman's best friend.
Yep. Great equalizer.
Yes.
From what she tells me, that unfortunately there is no audio on this section. It's too far away and they're too quiet. The only audio we capture is from the front door for recording conversations with people on our doorstep. Okay, so she goes out and she explains to them that, look, you know, we understand your fans. We get people parking outside our house all the time. We had 2 other incidents earlier this day. Luckily, we just say, look, it's a private home, leave us alone. They go, no qualms. They just understand. You know, you say it and they're like, sorry.
Yeah.
Right. These guys didn't want to leave. Okay, so Alex goes out, she explains to them, you know, come on, like this is like my kids are trying to get to sleep. You've been out here 9 minutes, you've been revving your engines, the car's beeping.
Yeah, they're not even parked up, they've just stopped in the road on both sides.
Please leave. Can you just move on, please? Okay, and apparently the woman was quite argumentative, just saying to Alex, like, this is a public road, we'll sit where we want, blah, blah, blah. So Alex then comes.
They don't really sound like fans to me.
Back in with Wolf, as you can see here. Okay, so 2040. So they've been sat outside the house exactly 10 minutes. Alex has had a word. She starts walking back in. Let's play from there. We thought, you know, you go down and have a nice word, very polite. We thought, Alex thought they'd move on.
Yeah.
You know, done. They'll understand. It's a private home. Don't harass us here. We're going to swap angles in a second. Okay, so
any normal person with respect, morals, and values would have said, "Look, we've seen the place. We got to see the gates open, saw the house, and just keep it moving."
On face value, it looks like they moved away from this angle, but wait, there's more angles. Just wait. Okay, so Alex up the steps, and this is where we've got audio. Okay, this is the only audio we've got recording outside. You can't hear people talking down the driveway, but you can hear shouting. Listen to this and watch the subtitles.
We have got cameras, so we will be checking your exit. Keep moving. It's a public parking. Yes, I know, but you're sitting outside our gates like a weirdo, love. Move on.
So Alex
will stay.
Clearly says, we will be taking your edges. Keep moving. Now, look at the response here in the yellow writing. It's a public path. We can do what we want. Yes, I know, but you're sitting outside our gates like a weirdo.
Yeah, that is weird.
Love. Move on. Rightly so. It's weird. Who the does that?
Yeah, you don't do that. You don't park. You don't even park at the end of someone's drive. You just don't do things like this. And especially, I know it's not super.
I just wanted to say, it's like, yeah, you don't do stuff like that, especially like where we live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
you do that to somebody here and you're likely to get shot.
It's like that guy that was sitting outside. He wasn't in front of the gate, but he was in front of our yard.
Yeah.
In that red Jeep thing. And I still wonder to this day what the hell he was doing.
I know. I still don't know.
It's like, I wonder, was that the code compliance guy?
Yeah.
But he would have said something.
Yeah,
right?
he should. I went out.
He went out there, and it's like, if he didn't, then that's shady as hell. Because then there was like, yeah, there was no inspection. As a matter of fact, you had the opportunity to talk to us, and you didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't have an official vehicle. He wasn't driving a white truck. It was just like a red, like SUV thing, and he was acting shady as hell. And it's like, to this day, I wonder what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's like, that's it. It makes people nervous.
Yeah.
And no, hell no. It's like, and if there was 3 cars outside, like, no, they wouldn't be they would be in a world of hurt either
Yeah,
way.
exactly. I mean, our area especially is just, it's like, no.
There was a reason we moved out to the middle of nowhere. There's a reason we live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, because we don't want to be bothered by people.
Exactly. It's like we want our peace. We want our quiet. We're not here to entertain people.
Exactly.
This guy has a big ass fence outside of his yard and stuff, so obviously it's the same thing for him. That's his safety zone.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, these people.
They had it coming. Dude.
They did.
I'm sad that there was kids in the car that were traumatized, but
I know.
That's on the parents.
It so is, yes.
Or whoever the hell they were.
I know.
It literally looks like a home invasion.
It does. It looks like a home invasion, like they were planning to rob the place and take people hostage.
Exactly. And that, just the arrogant ass mindset. And no.
Super late, but it's late enough for kids to be in bed and not dealing with this. Yeah. Weird.
Who the f does that? How intimidating is that?
Move on.
It's this that triggers me. So Alex has obviously had a quiet word down there. They moved to the other side of the gate. She's come up. She's got more like, come on. She just wants to go in and relax, put the kids to bed, sit down, have a cup of tea and chill out.
Yeah.
Hey, bank holiday Monday, 9 o'clock at night. What's her response? No, we'll stay. Okay.
Yeah, that's wild.
Timestamp, bottom right there is 20 to 9. Now you can see the cars. It looks like they move away, but we're going to swap angles now. You'll see in a second. So this is moving away from the property. 2 doors down. Just for reference, there are quite big houses on the street. And if they were 2 doors down, they would be literally 100 meters down the road. That's what he said in this comment. They were 2 doors down.
And look how they're parked. They're blocking like the entire road.
Sitting outside the gate, other side of the gate. Okay, so you can see the blue BMW X5 is just parked just inside the gate. The Ford Focus, silver Ford Focus, is parked in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And the black BMW is just in front of the blue BMW. Okay. So this was at 20 to 8. So let's see how long they wait outside the house even more. Okay, you can see here, 20:47. So they've been sat on the other side of the gate for a further 7 minutes. Now at this point, I am sat in the garden with my son, just enjoying a fire pit. And I was getting ready to go pretty soon, you know, and I've got to go work. And she comes and explains to me exactly what happened. She came and asked them to leave nicely. She told them to leave a bit more abruptly.
Yeah, and they've been told to leave twice. And people who aren't there to cause trouble would just go. So they're not there trying to be friendly or be fans for that matter. They can cover it up like that. But yeah, I'm not buying that.
And then they sat outside the house for a further 7 minutes. I checked CCTV very quickly. I see what's happened. So I go down, no nonsense. I'm not there to have conversations. The black BMW in front of the blue BMW, I just go straight up to that car and I say, look, buddy, I don't care what you're here for. You've been asked to leave. F off. I don't want to hear it. Just f off. He tries to argue with me about something. I can't remember what he said, but the door opened and it was like, I was just like, mate, like second warning now. If there's a third warning, it's going to get nasty. Just f off. I closed his door.
And especially when these people have been, you know, aggressive and argumentative to his wife. Yeah, what are you doing? Saying no, we'll stay. I mean, what did they expect? Of course he would come out and say something. If they said, nah, no worries, we'll move along. And they might have stayed here. He might have been all right with it. But he was pissed off the fact that they were rude to his missus and all that as well, which is completely understandable.
I then walked towards the silver car. And as I'm walking towards the car, I'm like, mate, just f off. Now, as I do that, he actually is like, okay. And he moves and he parks adjacent to the black BMW. So he moves in front of the blue BMW to the like parallel with the black BMW. I then, as you can see in the video, walk up to the blue BMW X5, and that's when the altercation starts. So I want to talk about that conversation a little bit, because you've got to bear in mind, they've been outside the house at this point. Let me just forward on on here, 20:47:43. So nearly 18 minutes. At this point, they've been outside my house 18 minutes, and you can see that blue BMW is still sat there. And that's when I'm having this argument with this blue BMW guy.
Right.
Okay? So, and again, I just don't care what they've got to say. It's 9 p.m. at night. I just want to switch off and relax and go home.
So I'm glad we heard what Eddie had to say, and I'll link the full video in Eddie's channel, obviously, in the description down below if you want to watch the entire video. But we got most of the context up to the point of this video, which we saw at the start. He did leave a comment on the video as well. It said, I want to reiterate, like I did in the YouTube video, please no one contact, abuse or harass the people involved in the incident. They have young children and I don't want any emotional or especially physical harm whatsoever to come to them or their families. The shame from their backwards video going viral and backfiring on them is enough in my opinion. I mean it. Yeah, I think Eddie doing what he's doing is saying what he's saying. People can clearly see that they were the aggressors in the situation. Someone said, those guys are lucky Eddie wasn't hydrated. Yeah, it's actually sad that Eddie has to clear his name just because these bunch think Eddie's house is some kind of amusement park. Eddie, you did the right thing 100%. Keep your family safe. Yeah, I can agree with that. Things that shouldn't need to be said. Don't go to an online personality's house. You aren't their friend, you're a fan. Yeah, these people show up and expect to be like brought in and treated like, yeah, friends and family. If anything, these people, because of what they have and who they are, they're going to be more alert to these people. The fact those people were harassing Eddie with kids in the car and taking their kids to a bar for a 10th birthday is all the context we really need on the type of people / parents they are. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually a good point. Props to Eddie for showing their video first. That's the confidence of someone who knows they are in the right. Yeah, that's also another good point. I once met Eddie by chance in the street. I humbly asked to shake his hand and then a fan booed the shit out of him because I was starstruck that I was in the presence of one of my idols. Eddie took the time to ask me about my own training. I'm nothing, just a gym goer. He gave me a few minutes of his time and showed me a genuine interest in me as a fan. He is an exceptional human being inside and out. And if you're stupid enough to make him think that you're a threat to his family, then you deserve whatever repercussions comes your way. Yeah, I think anyone in his position would have probably done the same thing. You know, going to a man's house where his kids and wife are at, and then you know, being aggressive to his wife. Yeah, they got off lightly, in my opinion. 100% with you on this. People should mind their business and let you and your family live in peace. Trial by social media is a dangerous thing. Glad that Eddie has quickly put facts straight. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, there's going to be millions of people that, you know, because the video that the guys uploaded is on like 1.5 million views on Facebook or something. And I guarantee you a million of those people are probably siding with those guys because they're only getting that 20-second clip. And Facebook is just a weird place in general. So, you know, it's damaged his reputation because not a lot of people are going to see his side of the story because that's social media. That is how social media goes. You know, I've had it sent to me. I've had people make videos on me on like TikTok and things, and they've taken like one thing I've said out of 650 videos, and they've just taken things out of context when they don't actually know who I am or what I represent. My brother had the chance to meet Eddie at a pub a few years ago. We are both weightlifters and Eddie is one of our role models, so he was incredibly excited. I remember him telling how happy he was that Eddie took the time to chat, talk about training, world's strongest man, shook hands, took a photo and said goodbyes. It's all about respect and kindness. And I know people who have met Eddie Hall as well, because I got a lot of friends in powerlifting and strongman and things like that. And I haven't heard anything bad about the guy. And looking at that video, even the first 20 seconds before I had any context, these guys were asking for it, pulling up outside his house like that. But my conclusive thought is pretty much the same as it was throughout the video. You can't pull up in 3 cars, blacked out windows. BMWs already look dodgy as it is, especially in the UK. Blacked out BMWs, yeah. There's something going on. I've had this happen to me. I was with my ex-girlfriend. It was late at night, probably about 11 o'clock at night. And 2 blacked out BMWs were parked outside my house. And I took one look out there and I knew they were up to something. And yeah, that's a story for another day. But yeah, I'm with Eddie Hall on this one. I would have done the same thing. especially the fact that they were rude to his missus, saying like, "Nah, we'll stay. We're not going to leave." Yeah, I think most guys would have done the same thing. But do let me know your thoughts on the situation. Do you think the people are innocent? Are you on Eddie's side? Do let me know in the comments. We'll have a discussion about it. And full credit to Eddie, his channel. The link to his channel will be in the description down below. If you want to watch the full video, the original one, I'll link that as well. It's a bit of a different video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. And of course, if you didn't, let me know as well. But whatever it is you're doing, I hope you all have a great day. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Take
All right, just watching that, it's like it didn't take me long to understand about who was in the right, who was in the wrong. It's like you see the first little bit of it, you could tell by the way the guy reacted that he was being baited. And, you know, I mean, especially after learning it was his house, it's like, oh, no, you pretty well know what the facts are. I mean, people can try and fool people, and yes, you know, they'll pull the wool over people's eyes of a certain group. But it's just like the wokeness. They'll come in waves, but there's always those that will go with the facts.
I mean, it's just like far and few between, because people want to see the easiest shit. They want to see the drama and everything. But at least, like, you know, and you have the stuff to back it up. You know,
yes,
if you're the one that's been in the situation. Like, you know, and
you do. You really do know.
But how other people take it is up to them. But you know,
Exactly.
In the eyes of the law and the eyes of the gods, you're completely in your right, and you know that. That's all that matters, really.
It really is. All right, so I really want to get to this Her Patriot voice that we haven't done, so we'll just skip over the Clown World. We did one of his recently. So next week I'll try to get to one of them, but I knew we needed to get back to Simp Saver. It's been a while, and he's got great content. So hopefully he'll be back in my roles coming up here in the following weeks. So let's get on to this.
Take care. Have a good one.
So since I've been talking a little bit more about my pronouns, you know.
So that sounds like a great argument for why we shouldn't.
How dare you judge my mother? How dare you stand here with your microphone and judge my family? Okay? How dare you?
It'd be awesome if he didn't take that gun away from you because he's stronger and shoot you in the brains.
The right-wing troll ignored.
Oh.
Okay. No, thank you. We're gathering on. All right.
Are you listening to a man telling you who I am?
Giving a turf and an anti-abortion activist talking points. She's a fascist. She's anti-abortion. She's anti-trans people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I had to tell this story of her that this is how we found her, and from what I've seen, she's really good at doing this too. But she, what was it, about 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Yeah, she ended up getting punched in the face by one of the left go wokies. They were having a conversation about abortion, and I mean, this person did not even flinch. You did not know it was coming. Just turned around and socked her straight in the nose, and she started bleeding. Yeah, she started bleeding. Yeah.
She bled pretty bad. She was, I mean, it was at the nose and the side of her head. And, like, I'm a seasoned freaking fighter. I've scrapped all my life, and I did not see. And I've watched it over and over since then. I did not see any indication.
Yeah, that she was going to do that.
At all. I mean, she didn't step back. She didn't change her face. She didn't clench her hands. All of a sudden, she just pounded her. She was in mid-sentence.
Uh-huh. I know. And that's the problem, is these woke people are so psychotic with it all. I mean, you have to know that. And that's why it's not a good thing to counter them.
Yeah,
Like,
to be fair, she was being a little bit antagonistic.
Yeah, she was.
She wasn't like nipping at her or anything, but she should have just let it go a long time before that. Because what it was, she was like, she said, "I'm not the one that just said that it would be okay to kill a bunch of people in like orphans in foster care
Yeah.
or something," and that's what just triggered this woman. So
yeah, it did. It triggered
to be fair,
hard.
you can't say she had it coming, but it was like I can see why.
But there was no sign of it. So I mean, her hit was even harder because she didn't see it coming.
No.
I mean, there was no time, and just done.
And then this the shit goes and starts like a GoFundMe or something later on. I can't remember what her situation was. Mediocre talked about it, and she had responded to the situation. And it's like, I'm sorry, I know this is gonna sound really bad, but she looks super low intelligence because she has the low eyebrow set. She has the Neanderthal looking face. It's like she just looks really primitive, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And so she has like an underdeveloped prefrontal lobe.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
just like that, just low filtered. So yeah, I don't know, but she was like wiggling her ass down the street and flipping people off after that and everything, and acting like she was,
they followed her for a while too because they were waiting for the cops to show up.
her husband is the filmmaker, and he followed her for a little while and then went back to her, and that's when you could just see the blood and stuff. It was crazy. She took it. She didn't go down. Right?
No, she didn't. She stayed up.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And I just wanted to put in there too that I actually had my own issue, and person was probably woke. Who knows what they were? But I was coming through what we call our canyon. It's Highway 178, and it's a 2-lane road. You got traffic going one way, traffic going the other. Just those lanes. Very windy. People are there's turnouts throughout it though, and
I
if
tell
you're
you many times with the signs,
Yeah.
they say over and over and over, slower traffic,
use turnouts.
And California law states if you have more than 5 cars behind you, you have to pull over.
Or you could get pulled over by the cops if they catch you, but the cops hardly ever catch anybody. But no, this idiot I was following them. We were going pretty slow, and so I'm like waiting for them to pull over so that I can go past. And they weren't. Now, there's 2 sections that are giant turnouts there's no reason for you not to pull over. The first one came pretty soon after I'd gotten behind the person, so it wasn't that big a deal. I'm like, whatever. We went, about 2 or 3 more you go by turnouts that are decent, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to get annoying. At this point, we had about 5 or 6 cars behind me, so like 6 or 7 cars total behind her. She was following another van, but was like 2 or 3 car lengths back from the van, but still trying to use that, from what I could tell, as an excuse, like, oh, well, I'm waiting for him to pull over, when the rule of thumb is you want to be within a car distance to let people know that you want, that you want to get past. That's most generally the rule of thumb going through there. Now, I was behind her for quite a while. We were hitting the last big turnout, decent turnout. And we were halfway through it, and she wasn't pulling over. And so it's like, I just was getting so frustrated with the situation. I got to hit my horn to say, hey, can you move over? Well, towards the end of it, they do. They go over. And so I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to go past. Well, when I'm halfway through going past them, they speed up and try to run me off the road. And I'm like, what the hell is this person doing? So I'm going, and, I get past them and everything's fine, except they get on my butt and they start honking their horn and just staying with me. We get to the freeway, which the freeway is 2 lanes and 2 lanes, so it opens up more, and there's really no issue after that usually. So it's like, I think, 70 miles an hour speed limit.
It's supposed to be 65, but yeah.
65, 70. I think it's 65 before, and it goes to 70. No, just 65. No. Either way, I'm going. I'm staying about the speed limit, and this person is just still staying with me. Just
like they couldn't move their ass through the canyon. But,
And they would get to the side of me sometimes, but they were still tailing me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We get to my turn, and they're in the opposite lane. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're not going to follow me. But as soon as I hit that turnout, they veered across the traffic, got on me. Okay, at this point, I'm frustrated because it's like, I don't know if somebody is going to follow me and has a gun and is mad for whatever stupid reason and they're going to use it. You just don't know. So at this point, I'm committed. I'm like, all right, if we're doing this, then I am taking you through because we have to go. That's Lake Isabella. We live further out. So our road is, it's an even narrower road than the canyon. And it's, about 20 miles further. So I'm like, all right, well, we're doing this and I'm going to take them that way if that's what they want to do. But I wasn't done in town, but I was like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not going to stop in town and have you do something. So I start going on our boulevard. And then when I'm going, there's somebody else that tries to pull out and like midpoint of me coming. And it's not like these are stop areas. These are just, they are supposed to yield and wait until there's nobody. So I swerve around them and then I continue on and the other people finally do a turn and go back the other way. But it's like if I would have stopped and who knows what could have happened.
So this is all I have to say about that is like you forgot your monk training.
Yes.
Because you should have just accepted that the gods are trying to tell you something when you were behind this person and just
It's true.
slowed down.
Yes.
Because if you had slowed down, then you wouldn't have encountered the other car and it wouldn't have been this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have had you should have just remembered your monk training and
Exactly.
just been like, I just need to slow down and not you didn't get home any faster, right?
No. That's exactly
and
right.
Like I said, you can't understand like what people are thinking. You can only control yourself, and it's really easy for you to get like frustrated and
it is, and that's just
monk-like when driving. And I'm always telling you that even when we're in the city, it's like you have to stay a reasonable distance back because I just don't trust people.
No, and that's just it. It's easy for anybody to slip from what they should be. And that's a big thing that you can take away from any of it.
You can't
just like
trust them at all.
Just like the Eddie guy, if he would have just kept his cool too, who knows what, they wouldn't have gotten any footage, and so
he didn't. I would just not have gone out there if I were him at all. It's like once they figure out what they're, I would have.
Or called the cops.
Yeah, so they can sit out there all night for all I care, but. You can only control yourself.
Exactly. It's like very true.
I only ever expect somebody to do the worst.
Yes. That's what scared me that day.
Yeah, and it's like I guess it didn't get you.
No, it didn't.
Any faster. As a matter of fact, it got you home a little bit later.
Yep.
It's like you have to do is slow down and control yourself because, like I said, I expect the worst from everybody.
Yes.
And that's the main thing. It's like you have to remember your training.
It's very true. Like I said, it's a very good lesson to really have to think about next and be like, yes,
Yeah, it was like it's not really important to be honking the horn and getting past people. It's like you just accept it, and if they're going 30 miles an hour, I guess we're going 30 miles an hour. And this is coming from me, who used to have the biggest road rage and have to always be in a rush, always have to get past people all the time. My mother was really horrible with that.
Exactly. And it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. Like I said, I just don't trust any of them.
No.
And, when it comes to like traffic court, it's your word against theirs, and that's not.
It's exactly right. Yes.
So it's like it got you all flustered, and
there's no need for it.
Yeah, but like this lady, she like I said, I kind of saw where this other one was coming from. I didn't see her gear up to hit her, but I can see kind of why she did it. It's like she should have stopped talking to her. She knew she wasn't getting anywhere with this person. She knew it. She, like I said, lack of intelligence. But emotional intelligence.
They still do it for the content too. Yeah. That's just it.
If that's what you want, then I guess that's what you get. But she should have just let it go. Like,
yeah.
She was there for a long time. It was a pretty long.
It was, yeah. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to on that.
25 minutes, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's like you should have given up 20 minutes ago because she ain't going to change your mind because, yeah, these people are crazy.
They are. Exactly. You just never know what somebody is very capable of doing.
So the only thing you can do is control yourself.
Yourself, yes.
Yeah.
And you're giving her talking points.
Why are you waiting a month? Didn't you get your face popped like a week ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, actually.
Maybe stop running your mouth.
Are you okay with that she punched me in the face?
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's Savannah. Welcome back to Her Patriot Voice. We're out here today for another insane protest, a pro-migrant rally to be specific. And thanks to your support for donating to me and helping me stay safe, I was able to hire this 6'4" giant. So I am not going to be getting punched in the face today. And if they try it, they're going to have to meet up with this guy. So thank you guys so much for your support. If you'd like to continue help me coming out here and getting protection, because apparently I need it, you can donate to me in the links in the description box. Thank you guys so much for your support. What are you doing?
Good.
Are you guys out here for the rally today?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I'm just making some interviews for my YouTube channel. Would you be down to tell me why you're out here today?
I'm pro-democracy and anti-fascism, and not big on oligarchies, which I believe we are fully being governed by. I think we've moved into an illegal government, and I don't think protests do a whole lot, but the alternative is silence, and I don't want the rest of the world to think we don't care.
Okay, can I see your sign? So don't like abortion, ignore them like you ignore school shootings. Elaborate on that.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty clear.
How does abortion tie into school shootings?
Government overreach. So the government this illegal government is very comfortable with the government coming into women's bodies and telling me what I can and can't do with my own personal, but they won't. Suddenly they say, no, Second Amendment, we can't have an overreach there. We have to let people have guns and kill children. So it's a hypocrisy.
So you don't believe in the Second Amendment?
Probably I don't, but let's play in a way that people can hear. I'm for gun safety. So I don't believe in people should have grenades. Let's start there. Then I'll move up to, I don't think people need machine guns and automatic semi-weaponry. I think we could mostly agree on that, and yet all the Republicans don't want gun control.
So criminals don't follow laws. So if we were to have gun control for everybody, including law-abiding citizens, especially women, because women need the right to protect themselves against a criminal who would have a gun, because they don't care if they can't get a gun or not. They're going to get one, right? So what do you have to say about...
Do you mean ICE? Or
no, I mean a woman like me. A woman like me, if we take away the Second Amendment or put in gun control to where I can't own a gun, how am I supposed to protect myself against a criminal, a rapist, or somebody who has a gun?
I haven't seen any research that supports guns. Women carrying guns are safer. In fact, just the opposite. And I still believe in research and science. I know that's not very popular with this government. It's all fake news. It's all, we hate science, we hate research. But there is no research to demonstrate that you as a woman or me as a woman is safer by carrying a weapon.
Yeah, so I mean, if a man came up to me and was trying to rape me, even if he didn't have a gun, wouldn't it be awesome if I had a gun to shoot him and get him off of me?
It'd be awesome if he didn't take that gun away from you because he's stronger and shoot you in the brains.
Oh, he won't do that. He won't do that. I'll be pretty quick with it.
So he does.
What research, what website did you get that information?
It's not a website. Go on NIH, go on. But I'm not going to debate it with you.
All right. So you agree that both abortion and school shootings kill children?
No.
That's what your sign is basically saying, though, because they're the same thing.
Most warped interpretation of this sign I could imagine.
Yeah, so what happens in an abortion then?
So I will decide for my body what is right. not you and your religious beliefs that you now want to oppress me with. Stay out of my body. Stay out of my business.
Yeah, I don't care what you do with your body, but when you use your body to dismember a body inside of you.
Okay, so you're now going to be conversations over because I'm not going to change your mind. You're some religious.
I don't want you to change my mind.
Zealot. I'm not interested.
No, I believe in human rights. See, they always walk away. The right to life, which is actually written in the Constitution. Do you know about that one?
Okay. I'm done.
Why are you done? I'm giving you the opportunity to press your views and give my viewers your views.
Sucker punched me.
I sucker punched you.
If you want to do it, you too.
Yeah, well, one of you guys actually sucker punched me about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, because we were debating the exact same thing. But you're saying my words are sucker punching you?
This was originally an interview about why I'm at the now this is a pro-life.
Why can't you defend your view for abortion? Why can't you defend it if it's so good for women?
Stay out of my business.
You are on a public sidewalk and you're not minding your business because you're out here in the public, in the world, showing your views.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Stay out of my business.
So abortion, what happens in an abortion if it doesn't kill a baby?
I would just end this conversation.
I'm trying to, but she keeps putting that fucker in my face.
Yeah. So does abortion kill children or no?
Nope.
What does it do then?
It's almost towards the.
See, this is what they do when they're asked simple questions like what happens in an abortion. They don't even know, or they do know and they just choose to ignore it.
Very aggressive and very disrespectful.
This is what they do.
Very aggressive, asking you questions.
Now we're into that. You're not asking.
What are your pronouns? I'm sorry.
You're not asking questions.
What's an abortion?
That's not a question. You're in my.
What's an abortion? Question mark.
Your zealot opinions, and you now want to convince them that you got it all over me.
I don't have to convince anything. But what you convince is that you don't know how to defend your view of killing children through abortion.
Here's a question for you.
Sure.
The pro-life movement doesn't care at all about the fetus once it becomes a human.
Give me proof.
Defunding of, well, just this week, ended, what's the daycare?
Doesn't know. Can't think of it. You can't think of it, can you?
Well, the sign, looking the other way and ignoring school shootings when live, viable human children are being slaughtered.
Yeah.
That's fine. But a non-viable fetus, that's not okay.
So should we be able to kill viable fetuses?
You really have an art for twisting things.
I'm asking you a question. Should we be able to kill viable fetuses?
Okay.
Yeah, so this is what they do. They walk away, just like I said before, when they don't know how to defend their views. Got cancer. What's your shirt mean?
I have cancer.
Oh, my mom's a cancer survivor too.
Oh,
I know that you're gonna survive.
Thank you very much. Is this a Lily Pulitzer?
It is.
That is one of my favorite looks. You look wonderful.
Thank you. So what brings you out here?
Just want to protect my right to health care, right to abortion. Excuse me. Basically, right to due process and the rule of law and the Constitution and checks and balances. So general Americanism, because I think this can be a great country, and I don't want to lose my
real quick question. So recently, Michael Moore, you're familiar with him. He's yeah. So he recently said that we shouldn't deport illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer or cure diseases. Would you agree with that?
Well, I don't think we need to deport people unless there is a legal reason to deport them. Excuse me, I'm going to lose my...
So sounds a good argument for why we shouldn't kill children in abortion, right? Silence. Where's the march?
Yes.
Right here.
No, it's supposed to go up to Central Park.
Oh. Why are you here today?
I'm going on the friggin' march that was organized like the one on the 5th.
I'm an organizer. The march is right here.
No, it isn't.
Why not?
It's going to Central Park at 12 o'clock. You don't know anything about it.
She's right. I don't know much about it at all. I don't actually know what's going on at all, and neither does anyone else. What brings you out here?
Douchebags.
Who? Who's a douchebag?
Trump and Elon.
What did he do?
Bro. What haven't they? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just one. What's just one thing that they did that was bad?
Tariffs and soft serve ice cream prices have gone up, and it's about to be summer, and I'm mad.
Soft serve ice cream went up.
Yeah, it's like $8 for a cone now. It's bad.
Gosh, that's horrible. He should be arrested for that.
Word, bro. Yeah.
So recently, Michael Moore, he's a famous film director. He said that we shouldn't deport illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer or cure diseases. Would you agree with that?
I'll see why not. Yeah.
Yeah. So sounds like a good argument for why we shouldn't kill babies in abortion, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you're pro-life?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that you're consistent with your views.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're against abortion?
Yeah. Wait, what? No. Wait, whoa. What? No.
What?
Never mind. I'm
But you just.
No.
Why?
No, I'm not.
So you said we shouldn't deport illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer or diseases, and I said sounds like an argument for why we shouldn't kill babies in the womb.
Oh, it's this one. Oh my God, get this lady out of here.
Lady, did you just assume my gender? So why not kill babies?
Please don't put.
So, excuse me. Oh, don't touch me with your sign.
Move. Then move.
This is a public space.
Then move.
This is a public space.
Don't touch my sign. Move.
Okay, but your sign is in her face.
Then move. Then move.
Respect personal space, please.
Then move.
Look. Respect.
Then move.
So why should we kill babies in abortion?
Because it's people's body, and bro, you're a woman, bro. I don't see why you shouldn't.
Yeah, because the baby inside of my body isn't my body. So you see how the logic it's not logic, basically. Did you know that 83% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed? What the heck are you doing? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button. It's free, only takes a second, and it helps support my work. Thanks. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. What's that mean? She's silent. I thought silence was violence. Are you wearing a mask because of COVID? Put your mask on. Don't want to get COVID. Put your mask on. You don't want to get COVID.
I've had COVID.
Is that why you wear the mask?
I wear it on the train, and I may put it on now.
Yeah,
Why?
you should.
Who are you associated with?
Yeah, so I'm Amber. I'm with Feminist Rising.
Take care.
What are you doing out here?
I'm here with my wife, and I'm here because our government sucks.
Put your mask on. You don't want to get COVID.
Thanks for coming out, everyone. We're gathering on the Fifth Avenue side of the library.
What brings you out here?
Part of a coalition of millions of people opposed to the excesses of the Trump regime.
Yeah.
In kind of every field of endeavor.
Yeah. So recently, Michael Moore, he's that famous film director.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he recently said that we should not deport illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer or diseases. Would you agree with that?
I think that I'm really focused at this point about the question of constitutional issues, that if you're going to deport people, there's a legal system for that, and the Trump administration is not engaged in that.
Okay.
What?
So you don't think we should be deporting?
Group are you associated with?
I'm Amber. I'm with Feminist Rising Feminists. So should we deport illegal immigrants or no?
I don't think that's the key question that's drawing people out today.
Okay. Well, it is a pro-migrant rally. So that would be, for migrants. But yeah, so, with Michael Moore saying that, sounds like a good argument for why we shouldn't kill babies in an abortion, right? Because they might cure cancer one day.
Thank you very much.
There they go.
Welcome to the protest, folks. We're gathering on the Fifth Avenue side.
Wait, thank you for what? What were you thanking me for?
All right, folks.
Excuse me.
Gathering on the Fifth Avenue side of the library.
Look at these beautiful people. What brings y'all out here today?
Who are you with?
I'm Amber. I'm with Feminist Rising.
Awesome. Okay. We're here for the protest.
Amazing. So what's the number one issue that brought you out here today?
Disappearing citizens, lack of due process.
The right-wing troll ignored.
Oh. Okay. No, thank you.
We're gathering on the.
All right.
Are you listening to a man telling you who I am? I noticed. I'm Amber with Rising Feminists.
I don't trust that. Thank you.
You don't trust black women? Isn't that what you guys say? That you care about black women?
All right, trolls. Thank you. Find somewhere else to be.
Why are you out here today? I like your hair. It's my favorite color. Do you guys not like diversity? You don't like diversity?
Did I say those exactly?
Because you're saying that you don't trust me, but I'm diverse. Why are you guys walking away?
Points. I'm not
with Fox News. Why are you guys so afraid of a woman with a different opinion? Why do you guys they always run away? They always run away when they're asked simple questions.
We're just doing our thing.
What's your thing? I want to do your thing. What is it?
What is it?
Yeah, what's your thing?
Protesting.
Protesting what?
Protesting a lot of things, including incarceration of people. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who they decided that he was innocent, but he's still in El Salvador in prison.
Yeah.
They can do that to you or to me. You know, that's not right.
Yeah, I think they definitely want to put me in prison for sure. So you know Michael Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just in February, he said that we shouldn't deport illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer, cure diseases. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I'm an immigrant myself. Immigrants have brought a lot of good stuff to this country. And, you know, we're going to be losing foreign students. So it's like a brain drain, you know. That's just one little thing, okay?
And you were nodding your head. You agreed with that too?
Yeah, I mean, I always think when people aren't testifying, then they're talking about immigrants and everything. It's like, do you realize that you could have how many parties you could have with some of these people? Like, it's just fun and great people that you know, and like you say, things that they could contribute and have contributed. So
yeah, so his statement sounds like a great argument for why we shouldn't kill babies in an abortion, right? Because they might cure cancer or disease.
I'm not going there. I mean, we got enough to work on with the stuff that's going on. Oh, there's Jen.
Jen! Oh my gosh, hey girl! Hey Jen! What's going on?
Okay.
So that was it?
That's it. That's it. Thank
All right. So, do you see how that logic doesn't really...
What?
That logic doesn't really match up?
No, we don't agree because it's an individual's choice.
What is?
Right-wing
troll looking to make you look
abortion.
bad.
Anyway, what's that? Yeah.
She's a right-wing troll.
Yeah, I figured that out really quickly.
Why do they assume I'm right-wing when I just ask them a question? It's so strange.
But you are, right? Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm just a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Okay. YouTube away. Have fun.
Thank you.
Hi.
What brings you out here today?
You name it. Cutbacks to all of the social goods that are
given
provided.
a turf and an anti-abortion activist talking points. She's a fascist. She's anti-abortion. She's anti-trans people, and you're giving her talking points.
Why are you wearing a mask?
Okay.
I don't know who that was.
I'll talk to anybody.
Thank you. I appreciate that because you know what? I think what makes America great is that we have all different opinions, all different people, and we're all out here just, living our lives. So, yeah, you were saying.
What would make America greater is if we would really pursue the path to peace around the world, to brother and sisterhood among all of the peoples of the planet, respect for all of the cultures of the planet. And that comes right back to our immigrant communities, our working class communities, our middle class communities here in New York City. Over half of our tax dollars every year go for war and war making. I don't know if you knew that.
I don't like war at all.
And thank you. And meanwhile, our communities are suffering because the resources that go to Washington end up in the war makers' hands really should be the dollars that help us to provide better education for our young, health care for all of us, better transit, you name it, better everything, really.
Yeah. So Michael Moore, you know who that is?
Yes.
Yeah. So recently he said that we should, not deport any illegal immigrants because they might cure cancer or cure diseases one day. Would you agree with him?
I'm not familiar with that purported quote, but I disagree with the use of the term illegal immigrants in the first place.
What's your preferred term?
People who don't have the papers are still human beings. Most of them have come here to find work and a better life, and we should treat them with dignity, the due process, and so forth. And we should welcome many of them. I mean, the Statue of Liberty said, "Send us, your I can't quote it exactly. You're poor, you're downtrodden, and so forth." We were supposed to be a country that welcomes, people from around the world. You know what? We help certain selected groups. They tend to be people with light-colored skin, but we don't tend to help the groups that are darker. And that there's something deeply wrong about that.
I'm protected.
Pardon?
I'm protected and I have darker skin.
Well, we're not. None of us are that protected right now. I mean, we're on the verge of, and we're probably actually in a constitutional crisis right now. The situation with Mr. Abrego from Maryland is one. I just learned the other day over 200 students have had their visas suddenly arbitrarily taken away from them and told they get a few days to leave the country. That's outrageous.
Talking about Mahu Khalil?
I'm talking about way more than him. There's at least 200 of them.
Do you think somebody who's been tied into support for Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, should be in this country?
Well, I don't agree with your question. There are many, many Palestinians who wish Hamas had not taken that action in favor of their liberation, but it doesn't take away the essential problem that for my entire lifetime, virtually since 1948, Palestinians have been treated, I hate to say it, like roaches.
So are you for any deportations, or you just think we shouldn't have deportation?
I don't have a huge problem with people who clearly had a criminal record coming into this country and then they continue crimes. I have no problem with deporting a person like that.
Yeah, so you kind of agree with Trump because he holds the same stance.
Well, I disagree that that's his real stance. And his real stance is being shown. My grandmother always said, actions speak louder than words. And his actions speak very loudly that he's very anti-immigrant in general.
He married an immigrant, though.
Oh, well, she's a white-skinned immigrant. Isn't that interesting?
She's not white-skinned. I would say she's brown for sure. Why do we care so much about skin color? I mean, there's albino people from Africa.
Well, this country has a deeply racist history. It started with slavery, which is the basis of how the country got put together, unfortunately. And we haven't gone past that. And we've really got to get past it if we're ever going to live up to the ideals of this country. I think I should stop there.
Yeah, I think so too. Have a great day. What are we resisting today?
Donald Trump.
Okay.
That's about all. Everything that he stands for and everything that he's done has been horrific. And, we're in trouble.
Yeah, what's the worst thing that he's done so far?
I would say his immigration, his views on the economy, what's going on, and also his the ecology, the downfall of everything. So we're in trouble. So we have to just stand up. It feels good to be out with people like this and like-minded. But thank you.
Yeah. So recently, Michael Moore, you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he said that we shouldn't deport undocumented immigrants because they might be the ones who cure cancer or diseases. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a product of immigrants too. We all are in this country.
So that sounds like a great argument for why we shouldn't abort babies in the womb, right?
Well, that's a whole other topic, and I'm not really in the mood to talk about that just now, but thank you.
But babies might.
This is not respectful.
Well, it's not respectful. She's being asked questions.
Do you have anything to say about that?
Why are you wearing a mask?
And then you're getting up close to us. We know that the masks.
You got close to me. I was standing.
No,
between...
you stood up and walked towards us. We know the masks don't really protect all the spray, and you're. I could get affected from COVID right now.
In the spirit of Easter, let's just be peaceful and leave each other alone.
Peaceful,
yeah, so what does Jesus say about abortion? So why are you wearing a mask?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm great.
Good.
You seem really interested in me. So why are you here today?
I am here because it's a nice day outside.
Awesome. So why did you interrupt a conversation between two women?
Because you were being disingenuous and dishonest, and I don't like when that happens.
What was I dishonest about?
I saw the person who you were interviewing being visibly uncomfortable, that you had changed the terms of the conversation, and that they were being filmed in what seemed to be changing the context of what they thought they were talking about. And so I saw their discomfort. I saw that they didn't appreciate.
So brave and manly of you to do that.
I don't care what you think of me, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you the question. You know who Michael Moore is?
No.
Okay, well, he's a very healthy, fit film director who said recently that we shouldn't deport undocumented immigrants because they might cure cancer or disease. Would you agree?
I think there are a lot of reasons why you shouldn't deport undocumented immigrants. Yeah.
Okay. So then my follow-up question to that sounds like a really great argument for why we shouldn't abort babies in the womb because they might cure cancer or disease one day. Would you agree?
I think you could also say that the woman who is being forced to carry a child.
Forced? Who's forcing her?
By the policies that would not allow somebody who is pregnant to terminate their pregnancy. My mother had me.
Praise God.
And I'm trying to figure out if this conversation is worth continuing.
Yeah, so your mother was pro-life. That's why she chose to give birth to you.
My mother...
She didn't kill you in an abortion, so thank God for that, right?
My mother aborted her next pregnancy after me.
That's tragic.
No, that was the right choice. My life would have been without that choice.
So you're saying your life would have been if your mother didn't kill your brother or sister?
Hers would have too. She finished college. She was a 9th grade dropout. She was a product of abuse at home. She dropped out of college. She put herself through college as a single mother. And she only had so much resource, love, time, energy, money. This was all that she had available to her. And if she had been forced to carry a second pregnancy to term, if she had been forced to distribute that among myself and another child, it wouldn't have worked. It would have broken down. You don't know my life. You don't know my story. You don't know what I came from. You're sitting here with your judgmental eyes. I don't need this.
Okay. So what about adoption? Why couldn't your sibling just have been put up for adoption to a loving family that wants a baby?
That's a disingenuous question, and you know it.
Why did you think that women have to kill their babies in order to have a better life?
This is a disingenuous question, and you know it.
So just answer it. Humor me. I'm really sorry for all your mom went through, but I'm still not understanding why her killing her second child, which would be your sibling, which who knows where they would be today. Like, that's your sibling that was killed, which is tragic to me. I couldn't imagine one of my siblings being killed and never knowing them. And you're saying, you're giving it like an
Yeah.
This man is so sure that his life would have been completely fucked because of her lack of resources and everything.
Yeah.
But he's basically saying that his mother was weak-minded and weak-willed because you have no idea how powerful you can be when you have that motivation to be so.
It's exactly right.
It motivates you to do so much more with your life. Like, you can go and make more money. You can go and do your education. I hear so many people. There's people that go into the Olympics while they are still pregnant, and they make it work.
They do.
It's
They truly do. And
talking about the lack of resources and everything else, it's
Yeah.
like you have no idea. So it's
there are resources out there.
Yeah, there always have been.
There always have been. There always will be. If they want to take them or not, that's on them. But I mean, to kill something is the even weaker choice.
Yeah, and you're a single mother, so it's
Yeah.
like either. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but I'm assuming that the father did not just pass away.
Well, no, he
Yeah.
said that it was a product of abuse.
You
So-
don't have any idea how high you are until you're called to rise.
Exactly.
It's like, and you have no idea how tough you are until you're put into hot water. You know, it's like I always say, women are tea bags.
Yeah.
You don't know how tough you are until you're put into hot water.
And it's damn right.
And it's like what you make of that is so much more fruitful than just taking the coward's way out. Like,
Yeah, that it is. The coward's way is just having the abortion and being done.
I was forced to have my abortions, and it didn't do a damn thing for my life. It didn't make it any easier for me. I didn't
it
get
actually
anywhere
made it-
any faster.
It made it harder.
It did. And if I had a child, I might have been more so inclined to get my shit together a lot faster, because
Yeah.
after he was born, I did get my shit together a lot faster.
Exactly.
Suddenly
And
it makes sense.
we've got two amazing boys right now. Thank the heavens for that.
Yeah, and this last one, it's like you want to talk about like not ideal circumstances. I'm here working on a pattern for making our own clothes, sewing our own clothes as we speak right now, to help save and cut costs on everything, and
Exactly.
make our own food and make the baby food and make the animal food. You have no idea like the resources and the resourcefulness you can come up with.
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Like I said, it's not ideal conditions for us now. It wasn't ideal conditions for us when he was born. We were actually homeless when he was born.
Yeah, we were.
Well, we weren't, not when he was born, but when I was pregnant with him.
Yeah.
And it motivated us to get out there and find a home.
Yeah, we did.
He was born at home, saved costs there.
I
Again,
know.
I made all of his baby food and everything.
And a very good job that you did too on that.
You make it work. It motivates you, and then you also realize like what you're gonna put up with in your life too. So if you have an abuser, or
Yes.
somebody who's just low rent that's sucking, it's like you can put that ultimatum down because suddenly nothing else matters more.
Exactly.
So it's like if you have somebody who's chronically abusing you, it might give you the opportunity to get your ass up and get out. I mean, put them behind bars, put them in the ground. I don't care.
Get your life going.
Yeah, because nothing else matters. And it's like as soon as you lock eyes with your offspring,
Yes.
that's what does it. Like nothing else matters. And
Exactly.
you will do anything, you will move heaven and earth to make this shit work.
You will.
And you're better off for it in the long run.
I know.
So it's like he's just saying that his mother was weak and
Of course he is.
minded, and it's like, wow,
The whole left is weak.
talk about being a chauvinistic pig, right?
I mean, exactly. And I mean, if you look at all the rest of them, they do the same thing. They walk away because they know they've lost the fight.
Mm-hmm.
They know that there's nothing left to say they could possibly.
Because if they were sure of their convictions, they would stand in it and they would
Yeah.
fight for it. But they got,
They walk away.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have that discussion with you. Well, why
Yeah.
not if you're so sure?
And she said that a couple of times too. It's
Exactly.
like, why? Why do you have to run away if you're so sure in your convictions?
Exactly.
Because you're not.
Tell
That
me
is the bottom line.
I still firmly believe that up to a certain point, it is between you and the gods, but you better goddamn well take care of it yourself. And I'm not talking about using like a coat hanger or anything. There's other ways to
Yeah.
do it. And if it
There
doesn't
is.
work, then you are left with what is meant to be. It's just like I read a lot of comments on a lot of these threads, and there's always women saying, I had triple protection, and half the time I don't believe it because they talk about using a condom, birth control, and an IUD and still getting pregnant, and I don't believe it. I don't.
No.
I'm hyper fertile, and I didn't get to. I only one time in how many years? 15
Yeah.
years. Got even close to being pregnant enough with the IUD. Don't pull that. Don't pull that.
Kittens.
But so just for shits and giggles, say that's true though, and they
Yes.
say they got pregnant anyway, and they're like, see, that's why I had to have an abortion because I did everything that I could, and I still got pregnant. Don't you think that's nature's way of telling you?
I'm telling you that it's supposed to happen.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, the
I'll be
damage.
damned if you believe in God or not, but what about nature?
Exactly. And the damage done to your psyche with getting and your body is outstandingly insane.
Yeah, you don't realize it. It doesn't seem like that much. It can be years
Yeah.
and years and years, and then before you know it, it does catch up to you. I never had cysts or anything until I had the abortion.
I know.
You know, and then you're always wondering what happened during that surgery.
Yes.
You know, it's like, and then you're putting yourself, your mind and your body, you're putting yourself through something that isn't supposed to happen. Like,
That's exactly
it's
right.
invasive as hell. They are opening up the cervix before it's supposed to be opened. They are going into an area that's not supposed to be infiltrated, and they are taking it out through vicious means.
I know.
That is not supposed to happen. That is not natural.
No, it's not.
It's like, you know, I mean, like, your body knows when to expel something that's not supposed to be there. Trust the science.
It does, yes.
You know, and
that's the biggest thing.
They really chat my ass.
They try to say they do trust the science, and that's BS.
Exactly. That's why I always smile when I say that, because that's what they're always saying. Trust the science.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, what? But not that science, right?
Yep.
You know? Not the science that says that life begins at conception, not the science that said that, you know, they have a heartbeat at 6 weeks, and not the science that says that they're like pretty much a fully formed person by the time they're 20-something weeks.
Yes.
No, don't trust that science. That's
no, trust our science.
Yeah. This is, you know, go give yourself a bunch of injections of shit that we don't even know what it is.
Exactly.
To prevent a disease that wasn't ever anything that it was supposed to be. And
yes.
Trust that science.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they chat my ass with it.
Yes. All right, we got a little bit left here.
An excuse and saying that, like, my mom couldn't have done this. Like, women are strong. Women can do things. And your mom went through college.
Judge my mother. How dare you judge my mother? How dare you stand here with your microphone and judge my family? Okay? How dare you? This interview's over.
Okay.
It's very important that I show up today. I'm New York Committee for Change, and I'm with the people, you know. I'm going to do what I can do.
So you're out here to protest against Trump?
Oh, definitely.
Careful, it's a trap.
Right, okay.
I thought you guys were inclusive. Why is me asking a question always a trap to you guys? Why can't you guys just answer a question? If you're out here to support, I'm being very generous and letting you speak your message.
Who you are.
I'm Amber. I'm with Feminist Rising. You didn't ask. You didn't ask my name.
What's your name?
Amber. So I'm being very generous and allowing you to share your message with my subscribers, and you guys keep walking away from me. But don't listen to her. I want to hear your message and why you're out here.
No, but tell me who you are again now. So now,
sorry?
I want to know where you're from and who you are.
I'm Amber. I'm with Feminist Rising.
Oh, Feminist Rising? What is that, organization?
We're a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Now I'm a little spooked out, so I'm not going to speak anymore.
Do I scare you? You're spooked out.
Yeah.
Am I scary?
Yeah, very scary.
Arr. Did that scare you?
Yeah.
You guys, I'm just a girl out here. A grown man is scared of me.
Yep.
So you don't want to tell my subscribers why you're out here and your message?
Nope.
This has the potential to reach tens of thousands of people.
25? Maybe 35.
Yeah. I mean, that's 35 more people to hear your message.
Right? No thanks. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. If you guys like my videos and you want to keep me coming out here to expose these radical leftists, all the craziness that's going on in our country, donate to me at givesendgo.com/Savannah Craven and help me keep this big guy coming out here with me so that people don't punch me in the face. Thanks. How much are you guys getting paid to protest out here?
Nothing. I'm doing it. Just keep
Why?
what you're doing.
Why don't you want to speak to me?
I don't speak to bigots.
Oh, me neither. Good thing I'm not a bigot. So why would you tell somebody not to speak to me? Why would you do that? That's really mean. I would never do that to you. Why would you tell someone not to speak to me? That's not nice. I don't know. It's really weird. Why do you think he told you not to speak to me? I just so pretty that you guys are like shocked? You don't know what to say? They're speechless. They're speechless. All right, will you keep it up?
Didn't you get your face popped like a week ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, actually.
Maybe stop running your mouth.
Are you okay with that she punched me in the face?
Yeah.
I know you are, yeah. You guys love violence, especially against women, right? You like to see women punched in the face?
Let me get his face.
So yeah, so this is how they act. They're totally okay with the fact that I was brutally assaulted. I was hospitalized.
Look at this big bag.
Yeah. Are they giving you guys free lunch? Hope so. Did you want to take a picture with me? Is that why you're on your phone? What are you going to eat for lunch today? I think I'm going to have some pasta. Do you like pasta? He likes violence. Too bad he can't eat that. Why don't you want to talk to me? I would never do that to you.
In a security environment, I don't speak to people who aren't credentialed, who I don't know. So who are you?
I'm credentialed.
What are your credentials?
I'm Amber with Feminist Rising.
Amber, I'm not interested in talking to you, but thank you very much.
All right. You seem to be laughing about me earlier. Do you want to condemn the violence against me? Do you want to condemn violence against women? What are you looking at?
There's a lot going on.
All right. Do you want to condemn the violence against me that your friend was talking about earlier?
I don't know who you are. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, your friend did. He was a big fan.
Again, I don't know who you are, so I'm sorry. I really can't comment.
All right. How can I get one of these vests? You were laughing earlier when I said that I was brutally assaulted for my opinion. So why did you laugh at that?
I believe I was laughing at the lunch questions.
Oh, yeah. Because he was waiting for his lunch break. I think we all are, right? Who's you out here?
Sorry, we're trying to focus on the march lane to try to keep everybody safe.
Well, I'm in the march. Focus on me.
Sorry, I can't focus on an individual person when there's like 30,000 people here. Thank you, though.
How can you focus on 30,000 people?
There's a bunch of us trying to focus on as many groups of people as we can, trying to keep things organized and safe.
He knows me. He's a big fan. Yeah. He's a big fan. Do you want to? I'm going to give you another chance to condemn violence against women. Are you going to do that? They love it when women get assaulted. Really interesting. Thank you so much for watching today's video. As you can see, we had some absolutely insane interactions. If you want to support me and help me to keep coming out here and keep me safe, because I do have to hire security. These people like to get really handsy. They do not believe in my body, my choice. That is for sure. Go ahead and click the red subscribe button. And if you'd like to donate to me, you can leave a super thanks down below, or you can donate to me at givesendgo.com/Savannah Craven. Thank you all so much for your support. See you in the next video.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Friday, I do believe we're going over last week's thing again. We haven't finished everything.
Yeah, we need to go over.
It was the Toxic Mothers.
Mostly from a mirror. This kitten was trying to take down everything while we were working. And,
Yep. And attack me.
yeah. No.
All right,
that's interesting with these people. Like
it's ridiculous. These people, it's like they won't talk,
I know.
and it's simple questions.
Yeah, we're trying to focus. It's like you can walk and talk at the same time.
Yep.
You know, it's like your intense stare isn't going to scare anybody. It's like
No.
if you want to get your message out, I don't care what side it's on. I would talk to them. You know.
Exactly.
If you have something to say, then we're going to say it. You know.
That's damn right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys again for joining us, and we'll be back on Friday for Factual Fridays with Toxic Mothers. Yes.